Hey guys, Shadowz here, welcome back to another Gears 6 video. Today we're going to be discussing the ultimate fan fiction by an ex-writer in Gears of War 6, The End of All War. In the Gears 6 campaign story, War returns to planet Serra as both humanity and the Swarm fight for planetary control of the surface, but their very survival as a species hanging in the balance. Kurtis Wiebe, the ex-Gears of War writer who was responsible for writing the Gears 5 Hivebustes Campaign DLC, the Gears Hivebusters comics, and the Gears Rise of RAAM comics series, published his very own ultimate Gears 6 story fan fiction for the story narrative he would have told if he was still involved in the Gears of War universe, which I'm finally excited to share with you guys today in this video. Titled Gears of War 6, The End of All War.
If not, you may want to hurry on that.
Oh, don't you worry. I see him.
Oh, nice shot! Oh, shit!
Delta, what happened?
The beacon!
You failed us!
Failed us? What are you?
We are what you could have been.
You might have her body, but you're not my mother!
Go, now!
We are a complete being, connected, immortal. You had a choice, and you squandered it. Alive or dead, you belong to us. You've made your choice. Now die with it.
No.
Okay. Let's go, let's go!
Okay. What did she? I can't. I'm so sorry, man.
Del, I know. I know, and I'm so sorry. He was my friend, too.
Yeah.
Now we have to go. Jack. Lights, please.
Thanks for the save. Hey, where's James? What? James. God damn it, James. not done.
Someone call for a ride?
Gears, I need everyone back at the wall. Our beacons are down and the swarm's pushing through.
Baird, Delta's on the way.
Drive.
In the final battle against Queen Raina, JD Phoenix is killed in front of Kate Diaz and Del Walker. His death, a traumatic event to all the major characters in the Gears franchise, sets in motion a series of events no one, not even Marcus Phoenix himself, could have expected. This story narrative relies on the death of JD in Gears 5 to propel all of our major characters in this direction. I believe that the death of JD is pivotal to moving Kate and Marcus's arcs forward in a meaningful, compelling and dramatic way in future installments of the series. Opening scene of the campaign. The player takes control of a single soldier and a platoon of COG soldiers who storm a secret COG facility led by Marcus and Kate. The battle is intense and utterly chaotic and most of all confusing. Why are the COG attacking each other? As they storm the facility, whenever the player is killed, he simply shifts from one soldier to the next, doubling down on the idea that COG soldiers are a mere cog in the gears of war. Finally, when Marcus' platoon reaches the interior, the player takes control of him, Kate at his side, as the final battle to their destination begins. We learn this is a prison break. A short cinematic flashback shows Marcus arguing with First Minister Jin about a real way to win the war, but it will require sacrifice and compromise. Jin, not revealing what they are talking about, threatens Marcus with arrest for treason. Marcus, furious, leaves. Cutting back to Marcus and Kate, together pushing through the facility, stopping at nothing to get to the secret prison. Soon, they reach the holding cells. They find a heavily fortified cell at the far end. As they walk past the other cells, they find every single one empty. Marcus hesitates a moment at the door. Kate assures him that it's the right plan. The door opens and reveals the prisoner inside. Kate of Roll, the High Priest of the Locust, the last scholar and knowledge keeper of their people. You've held out for 25 years, your games ain't doing you no favors no more. You're going to tell me where the last of the Locusts have been hiding. Why would I ever do that? The swarm will destroy Sarah. If there's anything we're both good at, it's total annihilation of our enemies. I have a proposition for you. The game. Bringing back all of the living characters from the previous trilogy, either playable or interacting through cinematics. Gears of War 6 is the action-packed but heartfelt finale that brings both trilogies to a close in a way that brings justice and closure to our leads, both past and present. Playing as Marcus and Kate, both having lost one of the most important people in their lives, they take a desperate stand to wipe war off the face of Sarah forever. In their desperate plan, they enlist the help of the Locusts, old retired veteran drones still living from the time of the Locust War. The game then transitions to Marcus fighting alongside Locusts to bring down the swarm. This will also be a game of large battlegrounds, not so much the small score based stories where our name heroes have to continually win every battle and defeat every objective. This is about the on the ground COG soldier, the true heart of the Gears franchise, as much as it is about our heroes. In major battle sequences, players will take control of random soldiers on the field, fighting until they die and jump to someone else. This will punch home the feeling of sacrifice when peace is achieved at the end of the game. All those faceless soldiers who paid the ultimate price so that our heroes could claim the peace, which leads to Kate's big decision. The story. Marcus lost his wife, now his son. War has taken everything from him, anything that ever mattered, and turned his life into a series of nightmares and trauma he can no longer ignore. It's time for Sarah to live in peace, so that kids like Kate and Del can live a normal life, one he and his forefathers were never given. He begins to see the truth, they are just mere cogs in a war machine, a perpetual grinder feeding on the lives of those who should be anything but soldiers. It's become the way of things, the way of living that killed his son. No more. Kate, having severed her connection to the swarm enemy, too grieves the loss of her best friend and a man she saw a future with. After all this, she too sees the cycle. She knows the mind of the swarm hive mind, that it only exists to breed and corrupt. It has no end goal. It makes monsters of even the best of them, even her mother. Del, disillusioned with it all, walks away. He never looks back. If he's to die, it will be on a patch of land far from the rest of the world. When the swarm comes, on that day, he will take his fate into his own hands. For him, the war is over. Kate confides in Marcus that there is no hope of winning, the swarm are just too powerful, and their means of expansion greatly outweighs the COG ability to recruit and train soldiers. The war will be over in a year, humanity will be wiped out. Marcus learns through his good buddy Coltrane that there's a specialist team his daughter works with that have figured out a way to kill a hive once they locate it. Some ragtag group of freelance operatives under Hoffman's command in the island region, calling themselves Scorpio. Marcus figures that if they are to stand a good chance, this hive-busting operation might be good to investigate. Arriving at Galangi Island, Marcus and Kate meet Lani, Keegan and Mac Team Scorpio. Their method of dealing with Swarm is effective, but Marcus is concerned the Swarm could adapt to it quickly, given how they seem to be communicating hive to hive. Lani approaches Marcus and pulls him aside, tells him that he's a massive hero to her and that she grew up with stories about his exploits. Marcus plays him down, tells her that heroics only get important people killed. Lani confides that her reckless behaviour with Brash Brigade was what got her into this whole hive-busting thing to begin with. They talk more and Lani reveals the truth about Brash Brigade. They cleaned up pockets of locusts that did survive the final COG attack against their species with the activation of the Emulsion Countermeasure Machine weapon. In their missions, they came across a very old section of the Locust Tunnel inside an ancient temple. When they searched the ruins, they found a single living Locust, Cater Vroll, guarding the last remnants of the Locust religion. They captured him and Vroll was imprisoned in a secret COG base that Brash Brigade reported to. This leads us to the opening of the game. The Locusts will be recruited, agreeing that the Swarm will decimate both of their races, and to stand together in one final battle will be how they all see it tomorrow. With Locust knowledge of the underground tunnels and their access to Cater Vroll's religious knowledge, including how to raise the remaining 2 of the Trinity of Worms, as well as Kate's understanding of Swarm abilities and tactics, and Marcus's learned experience from a lifetime of war, they will fight the Swarm unto its ultimate destruction. At the end, the Swarm is defeated. There are losses along the way. Friends from past and present give the ultimate sacrifice, but in the end, there is peace. As the Locust and human armies part ways, there's an uneasy feeling that it's a peace that cannot last, that old grudges, valid and still fresh, could propel these 2 uneasy allies to war once again. And in that moment, Kate sees what she can do to honour the memory of those who paid the ultimate price, to ensure that their sacrifice would lead to long peace and prosperity. Kate follows the Locusts to their city, and following in her grandmother's footsteps, Mira becomes the brand new queen of the Locust Horde. Marcus returns to his farm and finds Del fixing the place up, struggling to hold up a wall section he's repairing. Marcus steps in and helps him. For the first time in a long time, he's fixing something instead of destroying it, and for now, until he dies, that'll be enough. Please make sure to leave me a comment down below telling me what you think. What is your opinion on Gears of War 6, The End of All War story by Kurtis Wiebe? Overall, for me personally, I think it's super special to be able to get the opportunity to hear about an official ex-Gears of War writer's story synopsis for Gears 6, and the direction they would have taken it in, likely being very different to what direction the Coalition Studio does decide to go with for the Gears 6 campaign story. There are quite a few contradictions with this particular Gears 6 story narrative that we've already revealed on the channel, with JD Phoenix being the canon choice to survive and Del Walker dying to the Swarm Queen Reyna as the canon death, as well as also the new Gears of War story not being a set trilogy, but a continuation of a Gears of War saga, with younger characters, a beginning of the Swarm War only being 8 months in, with a whole Gears universe timeline ahead to explore. However, nonetheless, it was super interesting indeed, and a fun way to approach a Gears 6 story in a whole new way. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel if you aren't already. If you do enjoy my Gears of War content and want to see even more videos, there is a playlist on my YouTube channel containing all of my other Gears 6 videos so far. If you do want to check out more like this one, click the join button to become a YouTube channel member to gain access to emotes, channel badges, and most importantly, early access to all new videos before anyone else. I want to give a big shout out to all of the members on screen for becoming a Shadow Knight YouTube channel member. I truly appreciate your support. So there you have it, guys, full details on the ultimate Gears 6 story fan fiction by an ex-Gears writer in Gears of War 6, The End of All War. Leave a like on the video if you guys enjoyed it, subscribe if you aren't already, thank you guys for watching, and as always, I shall see you in the next one.